How's everybody doing? It's your boy College Football Weekly here with my top 25 for week 9. So this is my personal preference of what my top 25 would look like, say if I was on the committee or the AP poll or something like that. So here we go. Jump right into it. USF, South Florida, at 25. I was very hesitant to put them in, but they won again against UConn. I thought they were going to lose. They won. I mean, there's not much else to say about this team, but they win. At least they win. I have a feeling they're going to lose, though, this weekend. They're going up against Houston. I have a feeling they're going to lose that game, but I put them in my top 25 because they're undefeated, and at the end of the day, they just get the job done at least, and they win. As long as you win, it doesn't really matter, even though they look horrible. At number 24, I got Texas Tech. Texas Tech, they're an okay football team. They put together a couple good wins here the past couple weeks. They knocked the socks off Kansas, and they beat TCU the week before. They got a pretty good offense. And yeah, they're at 24 for now. They're not that good. We can see what we'll see what they can do. They're at number 24. That's all I can really say. Number 23, I got Stanford. They're kind of trying to get back on track after a shaky patch there in late September. But they're getting back together here. I still don't think Stanford is that good of a team. I think where they're at right now in the 20s, maybe 19, 18 is the highest they'll get all year. But I think they should still be ranked. So yeah. They got Bryce Love, even though he's having a not so good year this year. At number 22, we got Utah. Utah, they're a team that, you're just not, you don't really know too much about. They're not crazy, They beat USC last week. They destroyed Stanford. They destroyed Arizona. They lost a close one to Washington State. They played Washington close as well. They're a team that they play really, really tight. And you got to look out for them. You cannot sleep on Utah. At number 21, Appalachian State. I looked at the AP poll this week, and I saw that they were 25. And I'm like, hey, I'd like to see. They struggled this weekend. I was following the game. I wasn't watching. I was kind of keeping track of my phone. They still won by double digits. I moved them up to 21 because, yeah, I think honestly they could beat all these teams. I think the only team on this list here that would give them trouble would be Utah, really. But I think they'd handle all these teams below them just fine. At number 20, Wisconsin. Wisconsin bounced back a lot better than I thought they would. Still, it wasn't a super convincingly good win, but I mean, at least their offense scored more than 40 points. I thought it was going to be like a similar game to last year, like 24-14, and I thought they were going to maybe do 28-10 or something like that. But they put up 49 points, so I like the response from Wisconsin, so I moved them up to 20. Texas A&M. They had a bye week, so I believe I didn't move them in my last poll. I'm pretty sure they're the same, so I just didn't move them. Oregon, I was shocked by Oregon, if I'm being honest. Oregon, if you guys saw my prediction for the game, I actually predicted they'd be down big. I didn't think it was going to be that big. I thought they were going to be down by maybe like 14, 17 points, and they were going to have to come back. So kind of the opposite of that Stanford game. Unfortunately, they were not able to pull off the full comeback though, and they lost. And that sucks, Iowa handles the job against Maryland, shutting them out 23-0. So pretty good win for Iowa there. Alrighty, next up we got Kentucky. Kentucky won, but just barely. So I'm keeping them at 16 for now. They won, but just barely. So yeah, I'm just keeping them at 16. And we'll see. We'll see what they can do here later in the season. Washington, I kept the same as well. They played Colorado close, like I predicted. But yeah, nothing really crazy happened. Penn State, I kept at 14 as well because they, good lord, James Franklin almost costed them the game again, calling a timeout on the onside kick. Indiana ended up, well, Penn State recovered the onside kick, right? The first one, but James Franklin called a timeout. Second onside kick, Indiana recovers it. They're only down by 5 or 6, or they're down by 5. A touchdown would win, and luckily the defense prevails for Penn State. So I'm keeping them at 14 for now. West Virginia, I just moved a little bit down, just because, you know, we haven't seen them play for a while. And yeah, I mean, you know, we'll see. They're not out of it by any means. They can still win out and have a good you know, argument for the playoff, but we'll see. Florida at 12. I just moved up Florida just because that win at LSU looks even better. So that's the main reason why I moved West Virginia down, and Florida hopping them just because mainly that win at LSU. And their loss to Kentucky isn't that bad, but I mean, we'll see if that loss holds up. Washington State. Washington State is a big time shocker for me. I thought, well, it wasn't a huge shocker, but like, I thought Oregon was going to win the game, to be honest. I really did. But man, Washington State, they were up 27-0 at halftime. Almost choked it, but they were able to stick it in, stick it out, you know. And wow, you know, I'm impressed with this Washington State team. They're a good team, and like I said, they should be 7-0 right now. And looking at the schedule, I think they just got Washington. If they could beat Washington at the end of the year, you know, we'll see. We'll see if they can make some noise or not. We'll see. At number 10, I got Ohio State. You guys watch the Ohio State game. I'm a Ohio State fan. I believe they're 11 in the AP poll. I don't really disagree with that. 11-10 isn't much of a difference right now. To be honest, I probably should put them at 10 or 11. I'm just obviously a little bit of bias. I don't like seeing them out of the top 10, you know. But Ohio State, they looked like the game looked flip-flopped. It looked like Purdue was Ohio State, and Ohio State was Purdue. That's what the game should have been like, right? You hate to see it. If you're a Ohio State fan, you hate to see it. Dwayne Haskins was the only thing that looked good last night. Unfortunately, I think his Heisman campaign will probably come to an end unless I think it's just you're not going to beat Tua this year just because he's just got so many. His offense, his line, it's just he can do whatever he wants. But yeah, Ohio State's definitely not out of it. They can win out this year. I think that game against Michigan. I think Michigan, we'll see. If they can get past Penn State, it's going to be probably a top 5 matchup between Ohio State and Michigan at the end of the year. I think Ohio State will probably work their way up if they can win out. Maybe to like 7, 8, 6 maybe. Michigan creeping in 4, 5 around there. So it's going to be a good game at the end of the year. But yeah, as of right now, Ohio State is 10. If they don't get together, they will definitely lose again before Michigan. They need this bye week this week to get things sorted out. UCF. I moved UCF over Ohio State. Shocking, but it hurt me a little bit. But you know, yeah. UCF. Nothing else to say, but they win. They win games. The ECU game was closer than I thought it was gonna be, but they were able to win. So yeah, I moved them up. Georgia. I just moved up Georgia pretty much just because Ohio State lost. So yeah. Alrighty, Michigan. Michigan had another. They finally beat a ranked team on the road. Will Michigan State? I think Michigan State honestly is probably just gonna finish like 6. Or what are they? They're 4-3. I think they'll probably finish 7-5, maybe at the best. They won't finish ranked, so that's kind of a garbage way to get your first ranked win. Obviously, I'm biased because I hate Michigan, but nonetheless, their defense looked dominant. Their offense definitely still just average, but good defenses win championships. So, obviously, I just moved them ahead. Just because Ohio State lost. That's really it there. So yeah, Oklahoma. They were playing close with TCU in the first half. I had a feeling they were gonna try to, you know, respond with that. TCU's definitely still a good team, but Oklahoma and Kyler Murray is too much for that. Texas, it hurts me putting Texas ahead of Oklahoma because I think if they were to play again right now, Oklahoma would probably wipe out Texas, but we cannot say that because Texas already beat them, technically beat them. So Texas is at number 5 slot. At number 4, I got LSU. LSU, another good win against Mississippi State. It was a little underwhelming. I thought they should have won by a little bit more, but they have that game against Bama. That is going to be a big time game in 2 weeks. Clemson, I moved Clemson up to 3. NC State definitely is not that good of a football team. That QB definitely was overhyped. I don't care. Like, you know, you can say the Clemson defense is good and all, but what, he had like 96 passing yards. Like, come on, bro. If you're that good, you at least get over the yards. Like, come on. Clemson definitely good football team. Trevor Lawrence, the main reason I put Clemson, moved him up, was Trevor Lawrence. Seeing Trevor Lawrence, I believe he threw for over 300 yards. He looked great. And yeah, you know, Clemson's defense is good, only giving up 7, and their offense looking pretty good as well. They're in a good position now to just win out and walk easily into the college football playoff. Notre Dame, for the bye week, I still think Notre Dame now has the best resume, easily, with that Michigan win and that Stanford win. Stanford making it back into the top 25 is big for Notre Dame. You know, we'll see how they look. I'm not sure who they verse this week, but coming off that close game with Pitt, we'll see how they do. And then, of course, Alabama at 1. Tua got hurt again. He re-aggravated that injury. But I mean, come on, that Alabama O-line. Honestly, I think the O-line is better. It gets not enough credit, you know, because if it weren't for that O-line, Tua would not be nearly as good. If you watch an Alabama game, Tua has all day to just throw the perfect pass, and yeah, he's gonna throw the perfect pass because he's accurate, and you know, given 10 seconds in the pocket to throw, you can make any throw. So Alabama's O-line, and of course their defense is great. Holding down that number 1 spot. So yeah, that's the top 25 this week. Yeah, feel free to leave down your stuff down below if you want. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week for my top 25 for next week. So yeah, appreciate watching the video. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.